Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's pour. Tonight's pour is going to be a Hot Wheels themed one. And if you've been watching some of my later videos, you'll know why, because I got a big show coming up and I need to get I feel like I need to get my stock up on my Hot Wheels themed one. I have about 25 now. I want to get up to 40 or 45 before the show. So I'm a little late getting in the studio tonight. Some things going on and it's really late. I should be in bed, but I wanted to come down and paint. So as you saw in the video leading up to this, this is a 41 Willies race car. It's got that yellow, the checkered flag type stripe down it. So I'm going to try to do a yellow background with the red, black, and white strip and try to get it to be a checkered look. It might be tricky, but I think we can get it done. And it could be a big win or it could be a big fail. So I've had a couple of fails the last couple of nights, so I need it to be a big win. So we're going to work on it. It's late, and so I'm going to get right to it. I've already actually mixed all the paints, and I'm ready to go. So all I got to do is adjust the camera and I've got the canvas up there and get it leveled out, and we'll start on doing this pour. All right, we'll check the level on this thing just to make sure it's pretty level. Like I said, I've got the paints mixed already, so we're just going to go ahead and start with this big, nice, bright yellow background. And this isn't going to be a Dutch pour where I'm blowing it out, so we don't really need the extra paint. So yeah, I got a little late start getting in here. It was a late evening at work. By the time I got back from town, because I had to stop and do a couple things. I went out and ate. My wife's out of town, so I just went to our local Chinese buffet. I love Chinese food. This particular buffet, usually we don't get our Chinese to go from that restaurant. We eat the buffet there, but we don't get the food to go there. There's another Chinese restaurant in that town that has some amazing food. Sometimes I just feel like a buffet, getting up there and eating it. This particular restaurant, has the best crab rangoon. And when it's fresh, it's just amazing. So that's what I felt like tonight. And so that's what I had. So by the time I got out of work and I had to stop and get gas, my gas light was on when I was heading into work this morning. So I got gas, went and ate, got home about 7:30. Called my kids tonight. One of them lives in Kansas, and I called the one that lives here, not too far from us, to see if she wanted to go out to Kansas with me, because I'm going out there to see the one that lives out in Kansas. And it's actually the alumni weekend at the college that I went to. It's in the same town. It's a small town, but there is a college there. And so I'll get to see a number of... I grew up in that town too, so I have there's still some people there that live there that I went to school with, high school with, grade school with. And so it'll be good to see them and my son. And it's going to be his birthday that weekend. So we'll be out there for his birthday. My daughter's going to go with me. And possibly her boyfriend won't be able to go too. My wife won't be able to go. But... And it's about a 12-hour drive. So it'll be nice to have somebody in the car with me for that 12 hours. I have done that drive many times by myself. So. Alright, let's get some red paint in there first. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this white paint in the checkered part of it. Set this paint somewhere. Let's see what we're going to do with it. Yeah, maybe I will blow it out. I don't think it's working right. So the checkered thing didn't work out, which I didn't think it would, but I have to give it a shot. I should have actually just left a strip open, put the black in, try to drop white. Didn't think it all the way through. So thinking I need more red in here. Get the good old straw going. All right. Tilt it just to get it over a little bit. All right, so there we have it. Definitely not what I wanted, but it still looks pretty cool. I really like all this stuff down here. Hopefully it won't slide off. Sometimes paint going over will pull the other paint. So usually what I do is I'll clean it off. So hopefully it won't drag more with it. So I see some cool patterns of the paint dripping down, so I'm going to make some jewelry, and but I won't bore you guys with that. But we'll wait for this bad boy to dry, then we'll get it taped, we'll resin it, we'll place the car on it, and we'll have another great piece. All right, this bad boy is dried, and I've got the back taped, so when it dries, the droplets that will form on the bottom, I'll just be able to peel those right off by taking the tape off. Again, I'm using Pro Marine resin. This is a 10 by 20 canvas. I'm using 7 ounces of resin, 3.5 of hardener, and 3.5 of the epoxy. If you go to Art Resin Calculator online, you can plug in any size canvas and it will tell you how many ounces total you will need for a piece. That is a very valuable resource to have. I have it saved in my bookmarks, and I use it whenever I have I don't use it on the 10 by 20s anymore because I've done so many, I know exactly how many ounces. But when I do a larger canvas, I always put that in so I know exactly how many ounces I need to use. And I buy these cups. I guess you call them cups. I buy these that have the measuring ounces on the side so I can fill it up and know exactly how many ounces. I don't weigh it or anything like that or have it on an ounce scale. I just look at it right there. So that's another nice resource to have is having these cups. They're 99 cents. I can get them at Walmart. I can get them at Meijer. I get them at Menards, Home Depot, you name it. And so I buy a lot of these. I use them once you can only use them so many times because the resin even though I try to scrape out as much resin as I can, you'll get resin that stays in the cup and then it runs down to the bottom. And then you have hardened resin at the bottom. And eventually that builds up over 3 or 4 times. Then you have 2 or 3 ounces of hardened resin, or at least 2 or 3. It's up to the 2 to 3 ounce line of hardened resin. So then you got to start, using math. I don't mind math. Most of the basic stuff was pretty easy for me. I wasn't very good at algebra or any of the harder stuff, but basic plus and minus and multiplications I was fairly good at. But some nights your brain just doesn't want to do math. So I got the car here, and I got my torch, and we're just going to blow these bubbles out. And what I do is I have a number of lights. I found these really cool lights at Menards. I do a lot of shopping at Menards, I guess. We have one that's not too far from the house, about 10 minutes from the house. And living out in the country, that's pretty good. But they were actually on clearance. But it's a kind of like a fluorescent light, but it has 3 different brightnesses, and it's a bar, and you can move it. So I have it going sideways, and so it gives a good glare off of this, so where I can see these air pockets in this pretty easily and get them taken out. And I know probably by the video it doesn't look like I'm doing anything to this, but if you had an angle at the light that I'm seeing off of it, then you would see all these bubbles. But
don't have a camera set up there, so you're not going to be able to see it. Maybe one of these days I can get one angled right there. Now what I like about this piece is the colors, the yellow background. When the first yellow background one I did, I was a little nervous about doing yellow, but it did turn out really good. And that piece did sell. So it wasn't just me saying, oh, I think that looks good. Somebody laid down some good money to own it, to have that piece. And it's not the only yellow one I've made and sold, so take some resin. All right, so I think I got all the bubbles out. We'll take another look here in just a second, but now's the time to place the car. So here's the car. I think I'm gonna put it to where it's coming right out of the tires. At least on this side, you can see that. Get it straight. Look at the canvas here. I see some over here. As always, they seem like they're always right by the car after I put it in. All right. I think we have another good piece. I love that shape of the car. It's a 41 Willies, and the design on it was the checkered. I tried to do the checkered, but as you saw in the video, it didn't work out. But I do like the colors that coming out the back. And so, as always, if you like this video, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know if you like this one piece or not. And if you like it and you comment that you like it, then you might as well subscribe to the channel, support the channel. And I'm trying to get to my first milestone is 100 subscribers, and I think I'm at 97 right now. So just takes 3 of you to hit the subscribe button and get me to 100. Thanks for watching.